Hmm? Oh, don't mind me, I'm just washing my hands. Now that's over and done with, let's talk about something you may not have heard of lately: the coronavirus. Now, I'm sure you're well aware of the effect it's having on our supermarket shelves and gap year plans, but that's not the only industry that coronavirus has affected. You see, the music industry, from artists to venues, is suffering, especially in Britain, but I'll get to that later. As you could guess, many tours and festivals are being cancelled due to travel bans or banning of mass gatherings. You may think to yourself, so what? You know, in this digital age, surely bands can still make money through online streams on platforms like Spotify? But unfortunately, for many small and even medium bands, this simply isn't the case. 100,000 streams on Spotify will earn you on average £500, or around $600. That's less than a month's rent for the average one-bedroom flat in the UK, let alone a place like London or Manchester. And of course, once this revenue has been split across all those involved with the band or the artist, the profits get even smaller. Now, because of this, touring is one of the biggest money makers for artists right now, with some of the highest earning bands like Metallica or U2 earning at least 70% of their income through touring, even up to 95% in some cases. As well as an inability to make money, artists, especially smaller ones, can also lose money on expenses for cancelled tours or gigs. This can really hit small bands quite hard, and can often be quite hard to recover from. For example, you could have booked travel tickets such as planes or trains to where you're meant to play, and oftentimes these are non-refundable. Of course, it's not just the artists who are affected by this, but the venues too. Lack of shows means lack of income. This is especially worse here in the UK, as at the time of recording, our government has not officially shut down venues like in other countries, but have rather suggested that people don't attend them. Now, this may seem like a sort of negligible difference, but this actually means it's going to be much more difficult, if not impossible, for venues to claim insurance and regain their lost revenue. I mean, no matter your political views, we can all agree this is undoubtedly incredibly damaging. Now, the effects of this are already being seen, with many small or local venues questioning their stability for the future. For example, the Boiler Room in Guildford, which is an infamous venue that has hosted the likes of Catfish and the Bottlemen, the 1975, has had to start a crowdfunder in order to cover staff and maintenance costs, which, if gone unpaid, could spell the end of this historic venue. I'll put the link to this crowdfunder in the description below if you want to help out. This is only in the early days of this pandemic as well. If we assume the worst and say that these clubs or venues would be closed for at least 2 months, then we have no idea the effects this could cause, as some of the biggest venues can't possibly support themselves. Now, I know this may seem a bit hopeless and grim, but don't worry, there's still plenty of ways to support your favourite bands and venues. As well as donating to these crowdfunding schemes, you can also please consider buying merch directly from the venue or artist. This is the second best way to financially support them, besides going to a show or a gig. Some bands may have their own websites from which they sell merch, but if not, check out sites such as Merch Bar, just to find a nice wide range of merch available. Even buying something as small as a sticker could, potentially save one of your favourite bands and allow them to keep producing new music and keep carrying on in this tough time. Hopefully there'll be a vaccine for this virus soon enough, but until then, just please keep washing your hands. Don't buy all the fucking toilet paper, and avoid mass gatherings. Cheers for watching, guys.